Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everyday English, where we make English simple, engaging, and inspiring through stories that speak to real life. Today's story is about communication, patience, and the quiet strength of a relationship that chooses understanding over conflict. John and Emily had been married for 5 years. Most of their days were filled with warmth and laughter, but like every couple, they occasionally faced moments of tension. One evening, after a demanding day at work, John arrived home utterly exhausted. Emily, too, had endured a difficult day, having dealt with a frustrating situation at her job. As John stepped through the door, Emily glanced up from the kitchen sink, her expression tight with frustration. "Why didn't you take out the trash this morning?" she asked, her tone edged with irritation. John sighed, setting his briefcase down by the door. "I completely forgot," he admitted, rubbing his forehead. "I had a lot on my mind." "You always have an excuse," Emily replied, crossing her arms. "Sometimes it feels like I'm the only one who cares about keeping this place in order." A flicker of annoyance crossed John's face. "That's not fair, Emily. I do my best, but I can't remember everything all the time." Her eyes narrowed. "Well, it doesn't seem like you're even trying," she said. "I can't manage everything on my own." John's patience began to wear thin. "I never asked you to do everything," he said, his voice rising slightly. "You're making this bigger than it needs to be." "Bigger than it needs to be?" Emily echoed, her cheeks flushing. "This isn't just about the trash, John. It's about you not listening to me and not recognizing everything I do around here." John's frustration reached its peak. "I do value you, but I can't come home to criticism the moment I walk through the door." Tears of frustration welled in Emily's eyes. "Maybe if you listened to me more, I wouldn't have to keep reminding you." A heavy silence settled between them, neither willing to speak first. Finally, John took a deep breath, steadying himself. "I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't mean to hurt you. Let's sit down and talk this through properly." Emily nodded, wiping her eyes. "I'm sorry too, John. I know we're both under a lot of pressure." "I just want us to work as a team," John said. They sat together at the kitchen table, the earlier tension gradually giving way to calmer conversation. "I'll make more of an effort with the chores," John said gently. "I really do appreciate everything you do." "And I'll try to be more patient," Emily replied. "I know you have a lot to manage too." Just as the atmosphere began to ease, Emily's phone rang on the table. She glanced at the screen and hesitated before answering. "Hello," she said, her voice a little strained. "Hi, sweetheart." Her mother's voice came through. "I just wanted to remind you about dinner tomorrow evening." Emily's expression shifted. "I completely forgot about that," she said. "John and I had planned a quiet night at home." John's face fell. "So now our plans have to change?" Emily covered the phone and whispered, "It's just one evening, John. We can have our night in another time." John shook his head. "This is exactly what I mean. We never seem to prioritize time for ourselves." Her mother's voice broke through again. "Emily, are you still there?" "Yes, Mom," Emily answered, forcing a smile. "We'll be there. See you tomorrow." As she ended the call, she turned to John. "I'm sorry, but she's really been looking forward to this." John's frustration surfaced again. "It feels like we never get to do what we want. It's always about keeping everyone else happy." Emily felt her own frustration rise. "You know how important family is to me. Why can't you understand that?" "Why can't you understand that I need time for us?" John countered, his voice firmer now. "You're being unfair, John. It's just one night," Emily said sharply. John stood, his frustration evident. "I'm not being unfair. I'm simply tired of always feeling like I come second." Emily rose as well, her hands trembling slightly. "That's not true, and you know it." John's face was flushed. "Maybe we need to reconsider our priorities." Emily's heart sank. "What exactly are you saying?" John exhaled slowly, trying to steady his emotions. "I'm saying we need to find balance. This can't keep happening between us." A tear slipped down Emily's cheek. "I want balance too, John. But it feels like we're not on the same page anymore." John's expression softened. He reached out and gently wiped away her tear. "I don't want to keep fighting. We need to work through this together. Emily nodded, her anger fading into quiet resolve. I don't want to fight either. Let's find a way to make this work for both of us. They sat back down, hands clasped together, determined to understand one another. The disagreement had been intense, but in its aftermath it brought them closer, reminding them both of the importance of patience, respect, and genuine listening. As they talked long into the night, they realized that their bond was strong enough to withstand any storm, as long as they chose to face it side by side.